Hello my beautiful family. I hope you're having a wonderful day. Today in this video I want to talk about overcoming self-doubt during your awakening. Alright my friends, so self-doubt. Now if you are starting to experience self-doubt during your awakening, this isn't always such a bad thing. And the reason why is because self-doubt comes from the ego. And as many of you know, as we start to awaken, we start to lose our ego. And as we start to lose our ego, we start to experience these very uncomfortable symptoms like doubt and fear. And the ego trying to hold on to whatever seems familiar that we used to do before we start to awaken. And the ego trying to hold on to control. We start to experience all of these symptoms. So it's not such a bad thing, but it's not fun. And we need to overcome it because doubt is the reason why we fail. But yet failure can be the reason why we succeed. So you got to find the good and bad. Now, one of the things that inspired me to talk about this today is because last week when I made the twin flame video and I was searching for information and searching for more information than what I already knew, I would run across so much different information. You'd have one person that say this is a sign, and then another person would say, oh, this sign that people usually say is a sign is really a myth. This is not a true sign. And then I started to look at it like, who's right? Who is giving me the correct information? And I realized that both of them are right for their own experience. They're right for their experiences or from the information and experiences that they've learned from other people. So they're right, but nobody has the answers for your experience. And nobody can tell you, and there's not one person on this planet that has the answers for everyone's experience on this planet. So all of us, and I'm going to say all of us, because if you are here looking at these type of videos, then I believe that we all that are interested in this information, we all have a strong connection to our guides and to the divine. And we all have this connection, and our guides, they have access to different dimensions and different planes. So that's why they know more than we do. And they'll share information with us and show us signs. And when they show us these signs, we start to look for more confirmation. I don't know if that is an ego thing too, maybe. Maybe it's our ego just wanting to find more information or more proof to help us to feel good. Maybe that's an ego thing too. But when we start searching and we come across information that doesn't resonate with what we are experiencing, we start to doubt the signs that we're getting from a much credible source, which is our guides and the divine powers. I mean, the divine does use some of us, many of us, to share the message with others. But our guides and the divine and the universe actually shows us everything that we need to know. And we need to learn to just trust that information that we get. We are connected to that source. So the answers are, and the truth is inside. It's inside of us, not outside. So that's the number one thing to do. Trust your intuition and look inside most of the time instead of outside. Do not allow anything that anyone says, including me, do not allow that to have you doubting the signs and the messages that you are getting from a higher, it's coming directly to you from the source. So don't allow anything that I say or anything that I share or anyone else to have you questioning whether the signs that you are receiving is really a sign. Because you know when it's not a coincidence. You know it. Another thing is stop procrastinating. A lot of times you will get an idea to do something, an idea about something, and you're kind of like thinking, oh, that's going to be cool. That's a really good idea. And then as some time goes by, you start questioning and doubting whether your idea is really a good idea. And the only reason why you start doubting it like that is because you haven't started working on it yet. So sometimes just get to work. Just start working on it. Small steps. Just start working on it. And that is something that will help you overcome the self-doubt. Another thing, do not allow rejection to hold you back. I remember it's a very interesting experience, which, just came to me. When I first created this channel, I probably had at this time like 10 subscribers at the most. I remember this person came to my channel, and the way they came first was they commented on one of my videos about my Kundalini awakening and said, you're very interesting. You don't seem like most people on YouTube who are talking about their Kundalini awakening, because most of them seem insane, but you seem very sane. And I was just like, I think I'm sane. I think I am. But it went from that to one day, this person commented on one of my videos and was like, well, how do you even know that anything that you're experiencing is even real? How do you know if it's not just in your head? How do you know if it's even real? Because, I've heard that it's an illusion sometimes. And how do you even know that it's real? What makes you so special? And I was just like, I think we're all special, but we didn't argue. It was kind of like a debate back and forth. But and I didn't, get disrespectful or upset or anything. But I just remember thinking to myself, how do I know? Bruh, I've seen faces. Like, I've had visions. I've had out-of-body experiences. I've seen lights twinkling at the side of my eye, and I look and nothing's there. I've seen synchronicities, and then I'll see it and then suddenly feel like blissed out, like I'm on drugs when I haven't taken any type of medication. So what do you mean, how do I know? Like, are you trying to make me believe that everything I'm experiencing is like in my head? Actually, you would be insane to think that it's all in your head, okay? How do I know? Like, are you serious right now? I was just like, I know, okay? Because this is not just an illusion, okay? But I remember this individual sent this video to me, like a link. And in this link, it was a guy that was talking, and he was having an interview with someone. And this is a guy who, I guess, went through a Kundalini awakening. And as he was talking and explaining, it's like the guy was trying to kind of like make a fool of him. And I kind of understood some of what he was saying. For some people, they go through an awakening and they get so far into the spirit world that it's hard for them to kind of relate to humans, and we have to kind of like, ground ourselves. We're still human too. But I kind of understood what this guy was saying, and unless you are going through it, you probably won't really understand it. It's kind of like if you've seen some of Jim Carrey's videos, some of him, like interviews, where he'd be talking and they'd be looking at him like he is crazy and lost his mind. And I get him. I understand that he is going through an awakening and maybe have gone through many awakenings. And if you don't and haven't gone through anything like it, you won't really understand what he's saying. But I get it. I really do get it. And he sent this video and was like, look, check this guy out. He's crazy. He's insane. And I was just like, is that what you're doing on YouTube? You're just scrolling through YouTube looking for people who are going through an awakening to say how insane they sound? And this individual even has had some experiences themselves. So I was saying, it might be better for you to share your experiences with people rather than worrying about who sounds insane. And this is what made me realize and really get it. And why, like, okay, this has to stop. Because this person says, well, where I'm from, we don't share our experiences like that with people unless we want people to think we're crazy. So now I'm like, okay, so you're doing what I was doing before I started to awaken, where it was like, I don't want to share my experiences with people because I'm worrying about what people are going to think. So you don't have the courage to share what you're going through because you're worried about what people are going to say, but you're worried about me. I think you need to worry about yourself. But it's experiences like that that just, it like kind of helped me to realize that the best way to deal with that sometimes is to not deal with it. And even though I didn't ignore it at the time and I was kind of communicating back and forth with the person, I appreciate that experience. I actually do. I feel like it was a taste of rejection. It was a taste that I needed because it gave me understanding. I understand that there are people who are going through these type of things and they will deny what they're experiencing. They're in denial sometimes about what they're feeling. And so therefore it probably doesn't go any further because they're not accepting and receiving the signs that they're getting. It helped me to see that rejection can sometimes help you move forward. So don't allow rejection to hold you back. Rejection can actually help you to and can push you to move forward and to even understand the mind state of others, understand what other people are going through. Another thing is lack of confidence. Lack of confidence comes from self-doubt. And the way to build confidence is to take action. So less thinking and more action. And that's what helps you to overcome self-doubt. Just do it anyway. Whatever it is, just do it anyway. Even though you're nervous about it, you're scared to do it. Do it anyway. I don't know how many times I've said and how many videos I've said that I did not want to make this channel. I did not want to create this channel. I actually would get mad at the fact that I kept getting signs and messages to share. I would see these numbers and all the time, and certain numbers I would look up and it would constantly be like, share, share, share. It's time to get on with your purpose, and it's time to share, and it's time to follow your path. And I would just get mad, and I would see certain things. It was just like I was getting so much signs to create this channel, and I didn't want to do it. I was like, I am doing what I'm supposed to do. I am supposed to be a personal trainer. That is what I'm supposed to do, and that is my journey. It's not my fault that, you know, I'm certified now and all of the jobs and nothing is close enough for me, but that is my purpose. My purpose is to be a personal trainer. You know, that is my purpose. And then the symptoms started to happen. The out-of-body experiences, the visions, the ringing in the ear, all of this stuff started happening. And obviously my ego started to fade away, and I went from I'm supposed to be a personal trainer to I don't want to train anybody. Why on earth did I become certified? Like, the ego just started to fade away. And then it was like, it's time to share. It's time to share. So just do it anyway. I mean, creating this channel, I'm not making any money off of this because maybe someday I will, but that's not the purpose of this. It's for our spiritual growth. And I'm going to say our because not only do you all get something out of these videos, I do too. I get something out of sharing them and looking for information as I'm sharing them. But this is one of the best things that I've ever done. And I think that this is just so much more satisfying than walking around a gym trying to build muscle and tell women to have a nice body. It's just so much more fulfilling. The people that I have connected with on this channel, amazing, amazing, truly. some of you that, I mean, it blows my mind, the connection that I have with some of you, the things that we have in common, like how you will tell me something at the same time that I'm thinking something, or you will share something with me, and then when I look into it, it's like, oh my goodness, like I'm getting messages and the universe is communicating with me through you all. So this is one of the best things I've ever done. So do it anyway. Just do whatever it is. You're uncomfortable with it. You don't really want to share stuff, but just fight that and just do it anyway. Do it anyway, no matter how uncomfortable it is. And I still find it quite amazing that with everything that's going on in the world right now, we all are going through this awakening and these symptoms at the same time. That is not a coincidence. Mine started last year so that I could be in this position this year, sharing this information with you all. This is not a coincidence, and it's happening for a reason. A reason that some of us may not understand yet, but we will. We will when the time is right. Now, before I end the video, let me just share something with you all. Today is 7/22. Last year around this time is when I really started to wake up. And I created the channel in August. So it's been about a year that I've had this channel. But last year, 7/22, I got up in the morning, and because I always see 22s and 77s and stuff, I was just thinking, it'd be funny if something interesting happens today because it's 7/22. And I got up and I got ready for work, went out the house, and before I got in the car, something just made me look up, and I saw this owl sitting on the pole outside of my garage, like right outside, a big white owl. And I just stood there and looked at it for a while, like, wow, it's so beautiful. And then it eventually flew away. And then as I'm leaving, I'm thinking to myself, I wonder if that's a sign. I wonder if that means something. And it's funny that I see that. Well, I just said it'll be funny if something interesting happens today. And so I see the owl, and I decided later on to look up the symbolism of owls and what do they mean. And then I found that they symbolize change. A change is coming. And then it hit me that the owl, the first time I saw an owl, it came to our house in Miami before we moved. So it's like, oh my goodness, a change is coming. Now, after seeing this owl last year, I started to see 99s a lot. A whole lot of 99s, like crazy, everywhere. I mean, it was just insane. The way I would see them, it actually freaked me out in a way. But I then started to go through a lot of purging. I started to like get angry, like really angry, and yelling over like little things, and I would be emotional and crying one day, and then the next day I would be happy and peaceful and blissful. It was just an emotional roller coaster that I went through. And so that was the change. It was a purging and a clearing of the blockages in the chakras. That's what was going on with me last year after seeing that owl. Now, last week, like I told you, I made the twin flame video, and afterwards I ended up running across more information about twin flames. And I found that one of the signs is that when you meet your twin flame, one or both of you will go through a Kundalini awakening. And now I'm like, oh my goodness. So I'm talking to my hubby about it, and I'm telling him, you know, you play a part in all of these changes I'm going through. It's because I met you that, you know, this Kundalini awakening was triggered, and I'm explaining that to him, and we were joking around about it. And that same night, he goes outside before bedtime, and he sees an owl outside. And now I'm like, I wonder if that means that he is going to go through an awakening as well. I don't know, but I'm gonna keep you guys posted. But I just wanted to share that with you and make a record of the note of this, just in case he goes through an awakening, and I can share that with you and have him make a video with me or something like that. Just wanted to share that. But that's it for this video. I'm still going strong with no sugar, everybody. This is the third week that I've had no sugar. I haven't been eating any kind of sweets or anything. I'm starting to enjoy drinking my tea with no sugar in it. It's funny, your taste buds start to change and you start to enjoy things that doesn't have a bunch of salt and sugar in it and stuff like that. And so I'm still going strong and I'm still excited about it. Maybe you all should join me if you want. But that's it. Once again, thank you all. Thanks for being here. Thanks for joining me. Thanks for watching my videos. I appreciate you all. And I'll see you all soon. Peace and blessings.